On to you, Scorpios. So, hope y'all are having a good day. I am. So, for you, Scorpios, you have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and then you have the Eight of Cups as well. Okay, I guess. So, for you, Scorpios, right, being the eighth zodiac sign, Eight of Cups, y'all already know what that's supposed to mean. Basically, the Queen of Wands, right, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Cups speaks to strategic endings that a lot of you Scorpios are having. Like it is, I said before, a lot of you Scorpios would rather be by yourselves and just be single for a while. And I've talked about singlehood, about how it's not necessarily a bad thing if a person is single, because if you know that you're not really built for a relationship and you stay single and you're just transparent and honest about why you're single, then you're fine. You know, as long as you keep working on yourself, you should be fine. But a lot of people don't really keep it honest with themselves. And obviously, I'm not saying every single last person, but a lot of people don't really like to keep it real with themselves. And a lot of you Scorpios, you are keeping it real with yourself in a sense that, you know, you understand that, you know, maybe you just need to be single for a while. And the reason why is because you're not getting your luck. You know, you're not getting what it is that you actually should get. You're not getting you should have a relationship that works, but you're not getting that. And part of the reason why it is that you're not getting that is because a lot of people are dysfunctional, like it is, as I said before. And they're simply unwilling to learn. You know, it really does come down to that. A lot of people don't know how to be in relationships. Truth be told, a lot of people really don't know how to be in relationships. They don't. And so the Ace of Cups here and the Eight of Cups, it really does speak to, like, how it is that you Scorpios will split your attention between wanting love and now splitting that attention and breaking it down into other segments or aspects of your life. What are the things that you love, right? You can have one giant cup, or you can break that down, break that giant cup down into 8 different cups. So there's a sense of you Scorpios wanting to, instead of just, you know, like I said, try to see if who you could be in relationships with and all of that. There's a sense of maybe you should be single for a while. And whenever it is that I talk about this in the past, you know, people not necessarily, they didn't like it. But I'm saying that, you know, like it is, I said before, being single is not necessarily the worst thing in the world, especially when you're being single for strategy, you know. And what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about if you know why, for real, you're single. And you're honest with yourself as to why you're single. You know, I'm single because I don't want to play the game, for one. I'm also single because, you know, I messed up some situations in the past. Those is years ago. You know, the last, you know, potentially good working relationship was like 2007, early 2017, late 2016, somewhere around there. And I haven't really got myself into too many relationships like that. Was getting to know a couple of people after 2017, but they're really just been kind of every now and again. They're not like I'm, you know, going back out there trying to find somebody, right, one after the other sequentially. And I know that. And I know what my strengths and my weaknesses are. I know I could be a little bit unusual, you know, because of my unwillingness to play the game and try to be social the way that other people want me to. That can end up rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, you know, because I'm not playing the ego game. you know, and like it is, I said before, just, learning how to actually not have things done my way, because I was played, and certain things that I should have gotten, I didn't get, and I was cheated out of certain things. But I'm learning how to actually accept that. Uh, well, I have learned how to accept that, but I am learning how to not necessarily have things all the time go my way. Um, Especially when it comes to naysayers, right? People will say no. So I understand why. I understand why it is that I'm single. I know why it is that I'm single. But I also understand that what comes with me being single as well is I'm also single due to the fact that a lot of people like the narrative. Even when I am striving to do right by myself and the other person, the shoe usually drops because the other person is not really built for it. And truth be told, sometimes I know that they're not built for it, and I just try to have them benefit anyway because I know that I'm not really going to be in a relationship with them. But at the same time, and when it comes to people who that I don't necessarily know that they're messed up, they try to hide it well. And then I usually find out later. So, like it is, I said before, right? I know why it is that I'm single, the good and the bad. And so the thing is that then you Scorpios actually have the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups. And these two cards, right, speaks a lot of 8 cards popping up. So the Eight of Swords speaks to like just this a sense of the Three of Cups right here, right? There's a sense of you Scorpios you seeing that a lot of people aren't really ready for that. They're not really ready for a relationship like that. And you wouldn't be wrong saying that, because it's the truth. A lot of people are legitimately not really ready for that. They're not really ready to actually be in a relationship. Not really. We talk so much about that, but it really is the truth. A lot of people are not really ready to be in relationships, and I've talked about it because it is the truth. You could be ready, but a lot of the people around you may not be ready. You know what I'm saying? May not be actually ready. And the other element of it too is the fact that you Scorpios could possibly be saying to yourself, there's no way that you this important to the point where because of what you want to do, other people get affected by it to the point where they follow you. You never know. I didn't think that people would care about me getting on a video and showing y'all cards and using, I guess, my gift or whatever it is that people want to call. I don't even buy into my own hype of fame. That goes to show you how much I don't even really care too much about the fame. You know what I'm saying? Just for the clout of it. I don't care too much about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lone wolf. I don't really care too much about that. Out here, you know what I'm saying? Just out here soaking up all the clout or whatnot, really buying into it. I show up, you know what I'm saying? I show up, I help people, I make money. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? I did my part. You feel me? The clout and all of that, I don't care about that. But the point that I'm trying to make here with you Scorpios is that sometimes it really is just that simple, because the thing is that the Eight of Swords, right, and the Three of Cups, some of you Scorpios may feel like, especially for you Scorpios who do not have offspring, you may feel like you may want some offspring, right? And it's like, but you're single because of the pickiness and the overall dysfunction that a lot of people have. They are not happy with anything. And so because of the fact that they're not genuinely happy, they're not even just happiness, they're not joyful, they don't know how to actually see people as amazing individuals. They have to, you know what I'm saying? Like the middle, and I've talked about this before, the middle class doesn't get a lot of love. Average individuals, fam, don't get a lot of love, especially people who was born with my anatomy, if you know what I mean. and we're average, we don't get a lot of love. And it's like, what is up with this? What is up with this? This ideology that, like, as soon as people start making money, now all of a sudden it's like they don't know how to scale back. They don't know how to scale backwards. If something happens, they have the money to do this, they do it, and then now that becomes the standard of their life. Okay, cool. But then they can't scale themselves backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like if you rich and everything like that, and you have people paying you, you have people cooking a meal for you or whatever the case may be or whatnot, and then like just the personal chef don't necessarily show up. Now all of a sudden people they hands don't work. They cannot get themselves into the kitchen and now actually just get their hands dirty and actually cook for themselves. Now they so accustomed to the personal chef to the point where now it's essentially they cannot cook for themselves now. It's like, what is up with this? And this is one of the things that I can't stand. It's the fact that people have become so entitled, the land of entitlement, to the point where people are not real. Blame hypergamy. This is why I can't stand hypergamy, because it's elitist, it's classist, it's casteist, it's this ideology of, oh, you doing well now. So because you doing well now, you can't you too fancy to wash some dishes now. The fame and the fortune done got to you to mop a floor. Now all of a sudden, or what have you, you got handmaids for that. You got maids for that type of stuff now. You got a personal chef for that. So now, if those people decide not to work for you, or if they run late, or if you have to fire them or whatever the case may be, now all of a sudden, or maybe if you even, hopefully not, but maybe if you lose the money, or if you lost the money, now all of a sudden, now that you in the middle class, now you can't work for yourself because you can't cook a meal for yourself because you've become accustomed to personal chefs. If you don't knock it off with all this prissy, prancy, goofy lifestyle living and start getting on like you got some form of common sense, what? I don't care how much money I have. I don't care. I'm never going, oh, I'm too good. I'm too good. What? I will be worth 120. I could be worth 100. I could be worth $120 trillion. You still gonna see me in the welfare line. You gonna see me at the food child line. Excuse me, I'm trying to get some food too here. I ain't too fancy, and y'all think y'all may be laughing, but I'm being serious. I'm being very serious right now. If I had that much money, I would go ahead, and I'm living by myself, just like by myself. I probably wouldn't live by myself. I'd probably move my family in, to be real with you. But I would go ahead and turn my room into a whole library with no bed, carpet. I would put a carpet up in that mug. It's a big room, library, no bed. I would sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor. I don't need all this fancy trash. I don't need all of that, fam. You get some people, and now they can't scale back now. They too fancy now. What in the world? And why that's so important is because the Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and you Scorpios have the Three of Swords. A lot of people are unable to look at relationships from a realistic perspective. Everything, especially in the West, has become fancy dating. Everybody is worrying about what the rich do and how they spend their time, and everybody is trying to look ultra rich. They can't go down to Whataburger. Shout outs to Whataburger. I just made you some more money. They can't go down to Whataburger and let me pronounce it their way, Whataburger, and go ahead and get themselves a ham or cheeseburger no more, with some fries no more. Now everybody wants filet mignon now, all of a sudden. Ain't that some stuff? And because of this thinking, Scorpio, is part of the reason why it is that a lot of you are single. Because you Scorpios are content with where it is that you are. You're growing. But what I mean when I say you're content, I'm talking about you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses and become this, you know what I'm saying? Become this consumerist type of person. It's this thing where it's like you have enough, you good, like you don't need you know what I'm saying? And the thing is that because of this, the Empress and the Two of Pentacles, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it or lie to you, Scorpios. It's going to be difficult because people do not know how to accept substance without the need to either alarm other people that they have something or the need to show off. People do not know how to own a Lamborghini, but then maybe they can drive a normal car that most people drive. They have to show off that they're driving in a Lamborghini. Now, again, I'm not saying every now and again you don't take out your Lamborghini and you have fun. I didn't say that, of course. It's yours. You know, rev that engine, vroom, vroom. But at the same time, every day, let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. So for the Scorpios who don't necessarily think that I'm clear with the message of what it is I'm saying that part of the reason why it is that you Scorpios are having a hard time is because you are an elitist spiritually. You are elite spiritually, while other people are fighting amongst each other to become elite materially. So let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, Strength card, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Swords, to clarify the Two of Pentacles. So for you Scorpios, right, the Four of Pentacles, the Strength, and the King of Pentacles right here, it speaks to, again, it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating. And it can be strenuous work because you don't want to be materialistic, but you're living in a world and in a location specifically where it has become materialistic. It's become very materialistic. It's about keeping up with the Joneses. I don't like hypergamy. I think hypergamy is a marker of degeneracy. To be, if I'm being honest with you, I think people who practice hypergamy is a marker of not them themselves. What I'm trying to say is that people who practice hypergamy, the hypergamy itself, not the people, the hypergamy of itself is a marker in the fact that a person has bought into the idea of consumerism, is what I'm saying. I don't want people misconstruing that, and because, you know, people have this terrible habit of taking things that you deliberately say and flat out lying. You'll tell people, oh, you don't discriminate against anybody for their skin tone or any of that. Yes, you did, but then you'll have evidence that says that you didn't. And then it's like, but then they're deliberately ignoring that. Like, and it's documented that they're ignoring it. But the point that I'm trying to make here for you Scorpios is that the Three of Cups and the Page of Swords. So honestly speaking, you Scorpios really gonna have to be with a special breed type of a person, because a lot of people still don't know, right? Like for instance, right? For instance, people are so caught up with flashiness, right? People don't realize that some of the richest people in the world are people who own farmlands and farmers. They own the land. Think about it. They have land. I don't know if they own it, but they have the land. They're living on said land. They have animals, right, which is food, right? The chickens lay eggs, which they sell, right? The vegetation that comes out of their land is theirs. Those are some of the richest people. But what happens when you look at them? They look like country bumpkin mugs. Country bumpkins. They wearing the cowboy hats, the cowboy shoes with the little spinners on the end of it. You wouldn't know. Why? Because it's the scaling backwards. Does a person need to have my chain? I have my chain. I don't go outside with it. Why? I literally go ahead and put on my cologne before I put on my chains. Like, I'm more like, whenever it is I leave the house or whatnot and I forget about putting on cologne, I literally come back for the cologne and not even for the chains. The chains ain't even a part of my brain. Why? That goes to show you where I am. No matter how much wealth I can accumulate, if I don't have to travel business class all the time, my dear Scorpios, I could travel, coach. I could be worth $120 trillion. And I'm being very serious. I could be worth $100 million. You still might see me flying coach. I don't need a whole lot to be content. I really don't. But that's pretty much it, though. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. We're at 16,300 and change a little bit. Please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.